never, ever buy this piece of. There are three things that are impossible to ignore: the way a fire dances, the way water flows, and the way someone messes up. Hey there, Daria here, and you're watching the Movavi vlog, your go-to channel for creating cool videos. And today we're about to have some unboxing, but that's not all. We've scoured Aliexpress for some interesting stuff for shooting. And today, together with you, we're going to unpack all these things and check if they really can come in handy. But first, subscribe to our channel, because it's really cool out here. And then, as soon as you watch this episode till the end, let us know in the comments what other sort of reviews you'd like to see. Goodness, it looks really nice. Okay, what do we have in here? It's a bullhead. We'll see how to use it later on, but trust me on this, it's quite a useful thing. Whoa, that's a camera cage. Looks really brutal, if you know what I'm talking about. It was not easy. Just check this thing out. It's so cute. I guess out of all the items, it's the coolest one. So we're gonna check it out soon. Can't wait. Okay, what do we have in here? That's quite flexible. Just check out what this item is capable of. This is a really giant thing, but I believe it's really capable of many things. Like you can place the camera over here or over there. You can put a steadicam, and that's just awesome. We'll test it out. Okay, what do we have in here? We've got 2 GorillaPods, 2 stabilizers, camera sliders, different rigs of various sizes and forms, and also heads and plates for camera fastening. We're gonna test it all with the help of a cell phone, action camera, a compact mirrorless camera, and a bulky full-frame camera. I've got a feeling that the review of all this stuff may take a long while, so let's agree that in today's episode we're only focusing on tripods and stabilizers, and in one of the upcoming episodes we'll also tell you about camera sliders, rigs, and some other stuff, okay? As long as this episode gets 200 likes. So, hit the like button and ask your friends too. Let's deal with tripods first. These are Chinese equivalents of Joby GorillaPods. This small one looks pretty neat and has nearly no weight whatsoever. It's positioned as a tripod for an action camera or a phone, but don't be fooled around, you know, because the best you can do is to carefully place a phone on it, if you can really pull it off, and make sure you don't bump it or breathe anywhere around. You can barely shoot a vlog with something like this, because any movement can make it shake. All efforts to fasten this thing vertically or at an angle are doomed to fail, and its reliability leaves much to be desired. So, what's this thing even used for? You can put it on a curb and snap yourself and your friends a nice pic, but that's about it. Its big brother looks a bit more reliable. Does it remind you of a demagoguing? It can even bear the weight of a phone or action camera. Yay! And if you feel like shooting a DIY video or unboxing video, you can even place it horizontally. Just like that. It was stated that the tripod can hold up to 1,200 grams. But to tell the truth, it feels insecure even with this compact 500-gram camera. You can place the camera horizontally, but you can barely shoot a selfie vlog like this or mount it at an angle. We tried fastening Canon 60D on a thing like that when we were shooting an episode on DIY. Remember that one? Anyway, it left us with tons of extra duct tape and disappointment. Let's smoothly proceed to stabilizers. And going forward, let me just say, never, ever buy this piece of junk. 25 bucks went straight to the trash can. You can put it under a wobbly closet or you can scare away chavs in the neighborhood, but this thing most definitely cannot be used for the originally intended purposes. Let's first move on to this bigger stabilizer and see the way it's supposed to work, and then we'll get back to this Chinese technological wonder. This stabilizer doesn't have a proper name or brand of its own, it simply goes by a secret code of S40. That's the size of it, the maximum height of this thing. And there is also a larger sample, S60, which is a bit more expensive. To make your stabilizer work, you gotta set it up first. But trust me, it's a topic of a whole different episode and we're not gonna dwell on it now. But if you feel interested, let us know in the comments, and if we gather, let's say, around 20 comments on this request, we'll shoot a separate video on mechanical stabilizers, how to pick them, how to set them up, and how to use them. In a nutshell, the center of gravity of this whole structure should be on the axis of a steadicam and a bit lower than the attachment points on a handle, approximately here. This is achieved by means of moving your camera along these plates above. Also picking masses and choosing the location of loads. This configuration will suppress shakes and minimize trembling hands while keeping the camera position. And here, I honestly have no clue how I'm supposed to handle this thing. This sample has quite a tight hinge and pretty small slopes. But enough chattering, let's test it out. Here is the outcome. The result is better than we had expected because we didn't expect much after all. But setting up this stabilizer is a nightmare and using one is uneasy and uncomfortable. So buying this stabilizer is definitely not a good idea.
Don't do that.
I won't say that's a good stabilizer either, because the quality is awful, the rubber surface comes off, the joints are loose, and it's hard to configure. In addition to that, you can't just screw in the bar if you don't have a wrench around, and the whole device is pretty heavy. It costs around 60 bucks, which isn't too cheap, so if I were you, I would go for a used model like GlideCam or some other brand stuff. But if seen it with your own eyes, it's still better than nothing. So if your budget is tight and you're craving to shoot something, you can try it out. And here's where the first part of our Aliexpress craze comes to an end. Will there be a second part with a review of all this stuff? It all depends on you, on your comments and likes. If we get 200 likes, we'll know that the second part is worth making. And while you're waiting for the upcoming videos, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, and watch some of the previous videos we have. Bye!